remaining savings back up down. You put 100% of your energy into the production grind wheel, but the balance sheet doesn't care about how the tired framework feel. The interest rates are escalating, a silent predatory invisible weight, anchoring the coordinates of my lifestyle to a permanent survival state. I punch the clock on the dot, stepping right into the warehouse freeze, refusing to let the management see the exhaustion buckling the knees. Multi-syllabic frustration, logging hours for the empty-handed praise, while the cost of existing is running laps around the baseline wage race. The framework is heavy with the strain, the joints are starting to creak loud, navigating the parameters of the matrix far away from the wealthy crowd. I clench the teeth tightly, absorb the maximum gravity of the low block, sovereign independent operator running down the tactical closure clock.
Pay the bill, watch it drain. Pay the bill, watch it drain. The economic reservoir has officially flatlined to zero.
Grindlock, the axle is burning hot, fighting for survival on the coordinate spot. Prices are climbing, the gas tank is flat, locking down the matrix right where I sat.
High effort energy,
Zero traction found,
dragging the chassis.
that's lots of frozen ground. The red increase notification letter is take directly to the wood door frame. An absolute textbook demonstration of the landlord exploitation game. They want more currency for the exact same, cracking past the wall space, wiping the remaining lines of stability from my presentation face. I sit at the kitchen table running the clinical arithmetic numbers clear, realizing the trajectory of the winter budget is incredibly severe. The utility grid is gritting the wallet with the heavy monthly tax charge, while the corporate profit margins are expanding incredibly wide and large. No equity available, no safety net sitting underneath the structural floor, just a direct individual casualty of the economic distribution war. I patch the soles of my work boots with the industrial adhesive tape, trying to find a mechanism to keep the structural framework in shape.
He needs to keep grinding, needs to maintain a positive mindset view, while the infrastructure of the local society is splitting cleanly into two.
I look at the credit card statement, looking at the minimum payment line, failing to locate a single coordinate where the numbers look fine. The vanity is completely vaporized, the vanity dropped down to none, just an anonymous soldier working underneath the cold-blooded sun. Mutating some mechanical march, a relentless heavy metronome beat, stamping out the physical marrow of my identity right on the street. I don't buy the luxury items, don't mingle at the expensive local bar, because the baseline maintenance is taking the momentum incredibly far.
The shoulders are locked tight, the neck is carrying a lead brick blocks.
Track! Pay the bill,
Watch it drain, watch it drain. The dental build state. The dental
Yeah,
build state.
the dental bill statement arrives wrapped inside a plain white sheet. Another unexpected fracture rendering the budget baseline incomplete. They want $300 just to look inside the structural jar of an absolute enforcement of the predatory commercial healthcare law. I double check the balance sheet, checking for an unallocated line, failing to locate a single coordinate with the margins are fine. The wear and tear is accumulating rapidly across the skeletal frame. The physical cost of participating in the competitive survival game. I look at the price of fuel soaring high at the local service station pump, turning the remainder of the discretionary cash into a hollow dump. No breathing room permitted in the legend, the clearance level is none. Just a continuous operational deployment underneath the freezing sun. The grocery bags are getting lighter while the total counter number grows. The absolute velocity of how the hyperinflation explicitly goes. I buy the generic labels by the baseline calories for the week layout, dismantling the final traces of the luxury purchasing back up down.
He needs to invest his capital, needs to diversify the portfolio asset stake, while I am calculating the exact magnitude of the utility mistake I make.
The infrastructure of my daily existence is a high friction zone, operating the heavy machinery inside the parameters completely alone. The tire tread is wearing down, exposing the underlying steel wire strand, navigating the hazardous conditions of this highly corporate governed land. I clench the jawline tightly, absorbing the vibration of the roadblocks, trapped inside the center of these highly customized societal locks. No sentimentality for the exhaustion, no time allowed for the body rest, putting
physical reserve has officially flatlined to zero.
Work the shift, watch it fade. Work the shift, watch it fade.
The physical reserve has officially flatlined to zero.
The attrition, the metals are grinding rock, pulling the raw chassis is truly more than enough. The invoice air climbing, the balance is flat, locking down the matrix right where I sat.
High effort energy, zero traction found. Dragging the chassis across the frozen ground.
The winter weather is descending, dropping the temperature down to freeze, demanding more power from the heating unit grid. Infrastructure keys, the electric meter is spinning rapidly like a frantic clockwork wheel. Completely unconcerned with how the independent operator framework
Feel
I wear 3 layers of clothes inside the room to keep the thermostat low. The hardest domestic documentation that the matrix can explicitly show. They talking about economic recovery, talking about the green numbers, right? A carefully manufactured simulation of the professional boardroom lies. I see the reality on the ground, singing golden neighbors, tired face. The absolute exhaustion of occupying this highly competitive space. We got processing our youth directly through the corporate meat grinder mill, draining a lifetime currency just to balance out the commercial bill. I patch the radiator hose on the vehicle with the silver duct tape, trying to find a mechanism to keep the mobility asset in functioning shape. No golden parachutes available for the working class soldier frame, just a permanent residency inside the coordinates of the structural blame. Check the guideline, check the operational manual of the grind layout. The absolute supreme commander of the single independent pathway out. The credit card interest is a parasite, a slow beating internal vein, systematically accelerating the velocity of the recursive psychological pain.
but I don't drop the tools, don't surrender the position on the
Dental real estate. Dental real estate.
The needles are,
Gears lock,
the gears lock,
heat rise.
gears lock. Gears lock. The needles are pinning hard against the maximum threshold line layout. An absolute visualization of the thermal low pathway out. The engine room is smoking hot from the continuous non-stop strain. Systematically processing the heavy velocity of the structural material pain. No cooling vents available, the pressure valves are all jammed tight, operating the overdriven machinery in the center of a midnight night. I look at the stack of bills multiplying rapidly on the desk sheet. The definitive finality to the total economic warfare and defeat. Groceries, fuel, rent, insurance, utilities, and the car repair costs. Realizing every single drop of discretionary space is permanently lost. The multi-syllabic ledger reads like a high-level corporate bankruptcy court, admitting every single financial vulnerability inside the official report. They want me to slow down, want me to take a vacation break, while the system is penalizing every single micro move that I make. No compensation packages off it, no safety net sitting in the vault, and the flat line of the momentum is exclusively the matrix fault. I clench the teeth tightly, feeling the iron heat rise in the chest, putting the absolute psychological limits through a final stress test. The infrastructure is going red, the circuits are starting to fry underneath the cold-blooded trajectory of a furious winter sky. I don't look for the rescue rope, don't scream for a lifeline now. Sovereign independent operator
Heat rise, gears lock, heat rise.
The operating system has officially passed the limit line. Operating system has officially passed the limit line. Operating system has officially passed the limit line.
Thermal overload, the engine smoke and scream.
The crushing isolation of the independent dream.
The expenses are climbing, the balance is flat.
Locking down the matrix right where I sat.
High effort energy,
Zero traction found.
dragging the chassis
Across the frozen ground.
I check the automated indicators monitoring the thermal expansion rate, accepting the full-scale configuration of the hostile economic fate. The water pump is leaking fluid, the steady drip on the concrete floor. Another mechanical casualty in the center of the daily survival war. I don't have the resources to drop the vehicle off at the local repair shop, so I keep driving it down the road until the cylinders officially stop. High effort, zero traction, the axles are vibrating with the high stress. Navigating the parameters of this highly complicated structural mess. They posting on the internet about the work-life balance design layout. I've been like they have a single realistic independent pathway line out. The privilege is leaking heavily from their corporate approved mouth as the trajectory of the general economy heads directly south. I am insulated from the noise attached from the theoretical talks, trapped inside the center of these physical and material blocks. The routine is a continuous burnout, a mechanical furnace flame, permanently linked in my system from the beater of the fake blame. I pick up the heavy steel hammer, hit the iron anvil, heart rebar clean. The hardest documentation of an unbreakable and remorseful machine. No poetry available to soften the drop of the financial stone. Standing flat-footed in the ruins of the matrix, completely alone. The armor on the chassis is solid, the raw power is unyielding and pure. The ultimate cold-blooded configuration that will always safely endure.
I look at the horizon with a clear, sharp, clinical white line.
Every point. The friction grid. The friction grid. The friction grid.
Activated in the master control parameters on the newly fortified friction grid. Permanently archiving the structural memory files of everything I ever did. I walk into the workplace environment completely insulated, a titanium frame layout. The final definitive closure of the emotional validation and complete pathway line out. The high friction is absolute, the system is entirely configured to my own stride. A total mechanical classification of the endurance happening on the inside. No vulnerabilities in the operational budget, no leaks in the high security wall stone. Completely unaffected by the trajectory of your traditional economic downfall zone. I look at the inflation indexes, look at the fraudulent plethora financial scene. Operating flawlessly like a cold-blooded clinical industrial survival machine. The bill collectors don't even recognize the low time of my independent voice. An absolute structural evacuation of the superficial defensive reaction choice. I don't answer to your metrics, don't look for a temporary stimulus, raise hand.
Dominating the entire landscape.
Of this highly corporate controlled land. The inventory is massive, the capital reserves of willpower are secure and deep. The most unyielding manifestation operating while the lazy look asleep.
Multi-syllabic dominance, executing the master design layout block on the spot. The final definitive execution of the tactical closure clock coordinate slot. They check in the directory, searching for the version of me that used to fold. Finding only a quiet concrete statue standing firm in the middle of the deep cold.
I have vertically integrated every single aspect of the everyday material strain, reclaiming the maximum velocity required to expand and survive the campaign. The memory is a heavy iron block sitting tight inside the repository head. A beautiful monument of silence where the old validation completely bled. No
driven, internal soul control.
Grind the gears, melt the chain. Grind the gears, melt the chain.
The competitive vanity has officially dropped down to zero.
The friction grid.
The ecosystem is live. If the remnants of your system can't even survive,
No more complaining.
the parameters are stone, commanding the entire landscape securely alone.
The matrix is mastered. The Grindlock is whole.
The ultimate manifestation of the monarch control.
Check the automated logistics systems running the diagnostic check clean. The flawless performance of an independent industrial manufacturing machine. The infrastructure is massive, scale of everyday production is incredibly high.
Dominating every single coordinate.
Underneath the white carbonized sky. I don't engage in the small talk, don't mingle at the fake social stand.
Navigating the parameters.
Of this highly fortified and cold land, the attention is a currency spent strictly on building up the gold crown.
Refusing to let the velocity of the independent momentum slow down.
They see the expansion happening, see the monolith of discipline rise.
A terrifying calculation written directly inside the focus of the eye.
He used to be regular, used to accept the entry-level wage layout score.
Until I broke completely out of the cardboard corporate theater